I'm an opposing midfielder. I'm looking at it thinking, this is a disrespect putting a right back against me. He's not a specialised midfielder. Phil Foden, I agree with Seski. He's got to really go out there and try and dominate the pitch and dominate some of his teammates to give him the ball. You know, Yamal at Spain is 16 years old and he has not had the results of his exams yet.
Madness.
And he's playing in the Euros.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Vibe with Five is back from Germany, powered by AliExpress, with myself, Joel Bayer, Ria Ferdinand, Stephen Housen at Hotel KO 59 in the Golden Bar.
And Joel, AliExpress have recently launched their Shake and Win game, which is now live during all UEFA Euro match days from the 14th of June to the 14th of July. A whole month, by the way. That's crazy.
That is big.
Throughout the Euros, with every goal scored, customers have a 120-minute window. That's a long time, you know.
That's a long.
From when the first goal of this game is scored to open the AliExpress app, shake their phones, which then enters you into a draw for some of the fantastic prizes they have available.
These rewards range from UEFA Euro 2024 tickets to discounted items at just 1 cent, including mobile phones, video games, video consoles, and earphones, as well as offering savings up to 50% off deals and coupons, all redeemable on AliExpress.
So you know what you have to do. Download the AliExpress app now or head over to their website and shop everything you need for Euro 24 on AliExpress.
It's a Vibe with Five, and you already know this.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Vibe with Five is back from Germany, powered by AliExpress, with myself, Joel Bayer, Ria Ferdinand, and my boy is back, Stephen Housen.
Steve is back.
At the Hotel KO 59 in the Golden Bar. It looks really good here, man. It really does.
I'm loving it. I've got to be honest with you. This Euros, like, listen, we do all the tournaments. Well, I do, since I retired.
Too,
and we've been coming out here. And you go to some places and you think, oh, what's it going to be like? The organisation of this has been a joke. It's typical German. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no messing about getting in and out of places. It's the only one concern I do have in my hotel. I'm going to address this when I get back in a little while.
Well, not this one. Your hotel.
My hotel, yeah, is the length of time it takes for the food to arrive when you order food. I'm mad about food, yeah. You mess about with my food, I'll have a bad day, right? Bro, me and my mate were there the other day, was waiting for the food. My steak took 48 minutes, I counted.
Wow.
48 minutes to turn up. And my
mates...
mates...
chasing it around a field?
Maybe, but my mates... What concerning for me was my mate's soup took 48 minutes as well. How does soup take 48 minutes?
No idea.
Just warm it up.
So
I know they've got it in the back.
Sorry,
we're digressing, sorry.
Enjoying the tournament?
I'm really enjoyed it. And now it started. I was here a day or two before it started and it was a little bit like, where are the fans? Scotland fans were about and a few Germans, but that was it. And then the first game kicks off and it's like, wow, everyone comes out of town. Shirts everywhere. Albanians, the amount of Albanians here is unreal.
They're having a good time, you know.
Yeah, they are. But the Scots have been like, I swear to you, it was funny in the before the first game, everyone's coming up, Scotland, we're going to do it. What do you think of our chances? The day after, was it 5-1? Oh, mate. They were still loud, they were still there, right? But I swear down, it was like, oh, we're terrible. What happened to us? Like, devastated. But
Germany
this is the life of a football fan, isn't it?
I've been really impressed with the big teams showing up in the opening games. Because they've came, like Spain
other than
just
Belgium.
came out. Yeah. Although, they were unlucky, though.
Yeah, they were very unlucky, man. Those disallowed goals,
VAR.
everything, yeah.
VAR. But yeah, the expected teams are doing what we expected them to do, aren't they?
More or less, yeah. More or less, yeah.
So you even went out to go see England?
What's your beef?
I'm surprised.
I watch football.
You
I
did?
thought because Southgate's manager, you wouldn't go, you wouldn't turn up, you wouldn't be a part of it.
I went in a Germany shirt, like.
No, you didn't.
1,000,000% I did.
What is wrong with this guy, man? You are the most like negative, depressing football fan. Do you know? I see that in a lot of the comments, by the way. We do read and listen to and discuss the comments.
I went to Austria, France last night. Brilliant game. Look, genuinely took myself out of it a little bit and went, this is class.
Yeah, but if it was an England team, if it was an England team playing there, you'd have gone, that was rubbish and that was you'd be.
No, I'm not even talking about this. I'm like literally like the atmosphere was great. I'm sitting there before kickoff. I was in there a little bit early.
From the French fans or
both? Austrian fans. Do you not see it yesterday? Austrian fans were having it.
Really?
They were having it. Yeah, I was on the corner flag from where that big sort of massive all the bucket hats was.
The best pictures I've seen from the fans, because the fans I think make these tournaments, and that's what you get when we're walking around Dusseldorf, or I've been to Berlin as well. The fans are what create all the energy, right? And it's just, I love walking down like places where there's loads of bars and you're seeing all the fans there and you got one set of fans from one country there. I think, look, One I went down was loads of Scottish fans in one.
Yeah.
There was loads of German fans in another. And I think Albanian and Italian fans in another. It was mental, like, but it's like almost having a sing-off. The best picture I've seen, though, sorry just to cut you, is, and we have to get it up, is the Dutch fans when they took over a whole road. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my days. One of the best pictures I've seen. I love things like that anyway.
And they've been bantering each other as well. Like, you see the videos, it was good fun, but also the best kits though. Like, I think I've been seeing some really nice kits from the different nations.
My favourite's the French kit.
Yeah. What, the one from
blue one?
The one
The
from
blue one.
the
white
and-
with the stripes. And
That's
that
really
on it.
nice.
I love that kit.
Proper nice.
The blue's nice. It's a different colour blue than they've had. They've had like a bit of a navy, haven't they?
Yeah,
lately?
it's like royal, bit like this.
Yeah, they've gone back to well, if you think, for me at least, you think France, you think like World Cup '98 and stuff. It's back to that colour, isn't it?
Yeah. No, my favourite kit. Sorry, the German kit.
England away is not a bad
side.
one. England away is not a bad one.
No, the England. Did you see the England hoodie on the way out the other day?
Oh,
in
the white-
tunnel?
the white one?
So if anyone knows where we can get that, is it out yet? I need to know. I'm getting that. That's a little fashion item.
Yeah.
I'll bang that all day long.
But also,
No, the France jacket as well. The France jacket.
I ain't seen the jacket.
It's Nike. Both of them are Nike. England and France's like workout jacket before they go out for the warm
Yeah.
ups.
Oh, the warm up.
Wicked.
The whole Germany stuff. Their arrival top was the old school Adidas one.
Was it?
Yeah, like a '90s throwback kind of thing. And then their warm up jacket as well.
I think the managers, we called that, obviously, Gareth Southgate and the waistcoat got hammered last time, didn't he, right? But I think the worst one I've seen this tournament has to be the Italian manager.
Spalletti.
You seen his one?
Is it tracksuit, isn't it?
I don't know. It's like I don't know if it's
It's
a blazer or a cardigan.
yeah, it's a
I don't know
cardigan
what it
with
is.
Italia on the back.
Yeah, it's
isn't
got
it?
Italia on the back. It's just not working for me.
Nah.
No.
What would you wear?
What would I wear?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've discussed this before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Are you a chinos and trainers guy?
No. One or two ways. I don't know what I'd do, but these are the two ways I'd go if I was a manager. I'd go all one colour, navy, dark navy,
Yeah.
with a tie, shirt, tie, and if it's the winter months, I'll have a roll neck.
What about your shoes?
Are you wearing a blazer?
Yeah, I'm being the smartest guy in the stadium. Wherever I go.
Colour navy on navy.
Navy on navy.
Navy on
navy.
navy. Embroidered logo. That'd
Yeah,
look all right.
yeah.
What
I'd
about,
look
what
sick.
about your shoes? 'Cause
Foot- yeah,
I know you're a
footwear.
shoes. Yeah, you're a shoes.
Footwear
This
guy.
could go either way.
No,
not
football would be-
them
would be
slippers that I
rogues.
saw
No,
on
no.
Instagram the other day. Oh my days.
No. Football. They'll be just normal dark. You wouldn't notice my shoes. That's
Really?
the focus is how slick I am. I'm the smartest man in the stadium, and no one can talk
What,
to
like
me.
a set of Oxford shoes or something? Just keeping
Yeah,
it.
it's keeping it simple. But you know what as well? I remember we played against Milan.
Slip on them though on the sideline.
Wait,
No, I'm not. I don't get irate.
No,
It's
but
cool.
you're just gonna slip. You know how wet that grass is there. You don't
You
need
see my
that.
balance, bro. You're talking to me. I've done ballet for a reason. But yeah. What was I talking about there?
Shoes.
Or I would wear
go on.
like I just go like kind of just like my casual wear that I wear, a bit funky, but out of the way that people just think, wow, it's like looks like a fashion man. What's going on there?
Yeah.
Just be different.
Like some jersey shorts or something.
Not quite that, but
Do it.
no, I'd
Do it,
wear.
rock
No,
it.
what's it got? It's a shacket. What are they called?
Oh, yeah, shacket,
I'd wear
yeah,
one of them.
yeah.
That'd be nice.
No
Done
way.
up
Would
like
you?
that. Yeah, done up with a baseball cap, like a New York Mets baseball cap or something like that.
Nah,
know what
you
I mean?
wouldn't do that.
I would.
I don't think you would.
I would, man.
Serious?
I'd rock it. Come on, man.
Okay, and when we're looking at the tournament as well, obviously there's been
No, what I was saying. Sorry.
go on.
When you wear a suit, yeah, and you look really smart, right?
Yeah.
It does send a message sometimes. Sir Alex Ferguson used to say to us, get into an airport, you're representing Man United. You know how many people walk through that airport and see you? You represent Man United in the best way possible. All suited and booted, unified. And we played against Milan, and when we went in, I think we went in, even wearing our suits, it couldn't compete. Theirs was like, I don't know, Giorgio Armani
Yeah,
or
it was
Dolce
mad.
Gabbana or whatever it is. Like
United
proper-
European
no,
suit
fit.
games
Beckham.
outrageous because
Yeah.
they just kept it throwback.
No,
never
our suit-
mess with it, and it just stayed
Yeah,
classic.
our suit was like we looked like a bunch of schoolboys or scouts.
Have you seen those Milan suits?
the Milan? No.
Listen,
When
you-
they walked in, yeah, I swear we all looked at each other and was going, right, we feel inferior.
Do you know what's
You've
mad?
got
They
people
all look good in
walking
it as
through-
well.
Yeah, their hair in the wind.
You look jacked in them, don't you? If it's fitted well,
Nah, but
or
yeah.
you have the opposite, and you like City's denim range that they had last
That is-
year.
No, that's one of the worst I've seen. That
Do you know what I
City-
mean?
Man City, for all the great football they play and the trophies they're winning, their gear on the way into games
Was it like
is
baseball
horrendous.
jackets?
Was it
Listen,
D squared?
I don't know what it is. It's
Yeah.
rubbish,
Yeah.
and the players don't want to wear it. I can tell.
You see him getting off the bus like that, can't
Yeah,
you?
hiding.
Oh, there's a camera.
Madness.
So good.
No, I was going to say, when it comes to young players, obviously we haven't seen everyone play yet, but there's been a few names on the list.
Well, I was thinking this before, man. Like,
yeah.
you're thinking, oh, Jude Bellingham's a young player.
Is he?
But
He's 20 years old.
but your Mal's like still at school.
No, Yamal has not had. You know, Yamal at Spain is 16 years old and he has not had the results of his exams yet.
Madness.
And he's playing in the Euros.
I wouldn't bother
Do you know-
getting him, mate.
assisting.
Just, you'd be right. Don't worry about it.
What is that? What is that?
That's a good.
he's
that's
actually
a
Do
good
you know when his
upbringing.
exams was?
What?
Last week, and he passed. Don't worry
No
about it.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, no matter what,
He's
he's
passed.
definitely passing. But the young players that I think again they've all delivered. Do you know what I mean? You look at Musiala. The thing was, you had Wirtz and Musiala performing. You had Yamal with an assist, right? And there was a lot of people I
Bellingham
saw
as well.
online.
Bellingham
No, but
man
I'm
of the
saying a
match.
lot of people online. The pressure for someone like Bellingham. Oh, he's got to produce now. These guys have all stepped up in the first game in the tournament. What can Jude do? Every time there's a little bit of pressure mounting on this kid, he just hits it and says, you know what? There ain't pressure. Even the way he's talking, he's a Beatles fan as well. But you see that?
Yeah.
He said he's got
Is this
quite an
'cause of-
old
is this
taste
'cause
of
of the name?
music. He's got an old taste of music. He said Beatles. He's a fan, big fan. Listens to a
I
lot
just
of their
think he
music.
says all the right things at the right time, Rio. I just thought to myself,
I reckon his
What a
mum.
smart
I
thing
reckon
to
his mum's
say.
got on a remote control in the back, and anytime something's put to him, she's just typing in the back, and it's just coming through because it's too perfect, isn't it?
yeah.
Do you
What
give
a
you
role
Brian
model.
Robson vibes when he plays?
Oh, that's a good shout. You know, a bit more silky. He's got some more silky skills than Brian.
He has, but there's that just
Yeah.
hardness to
Yeah,
him
there's a
as
drive.
well.
There's a drive, isn't it?
There was sometimes off the ball. I don't know if it was showing it on TV. You might have seen it if you was in there. There was sometimes off the ball. The ball's gone past. He was sprinting back, and I don't think TV was picking it up. And I was thinking, there's a couple of times people have gone shoulder to shoulder, and Serbia tried to really rough him up. They obviously went, we've got to deal with him, and he was going in hard, physical with him, and he was bouncing them, and I was like, that is impressive.
A few
As well,
times as well.
the feet are impressive, the goal scoring is impressive, but it was that side of it.
Do you know
I was
what
like,
impressed me as well? And I think you touched on it a little bit when you did your show with Cesc. Sometimes the way he would command the ball, like there's times when he's running, I'm just seeing him do this. I'm thinking, Rod, are they seeing that? Like you can tell, like he's taking the onus, and you're right. Like they were proper trying to kick him like 6-7 times in the first half.
First 5 minutes, they just nailed him. They weren't even
horrible.
looking at the ball. They were
But
just looking for an excuse to
I've
hit
never
him.
seen that before. Yeah, I've seen it from a Roy Keane or maybe a Vieira, but they were like established by them.
This is what we had a good chat. I mean, it was BBC. By the way, the studio for BBC is unreal. We've seen
good,
it.
you know.
Oh, the backdrop's phenomenal. Like,
Is that real?
Was that
Because I was
really
thinking
outside?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
because
outside,
I was
man.
like, I was literally
I
watching it
wasn't
yesterday,
sure.
and I'm thinking that
No,
could
no,
be
we're outside.
green
What
screen.
What if it rained?
No, they got another studio underneath that's inside. It's unreal, really good. But yeah, me, Micah, and Cesc obviously done that game the other day, and Micah was saying how he felt sorry for Phil and about how Southgate's not getting the best out of him. And then, to be fair, Cesc just put him away. Just said, "Listen, well, no, it's down to Foden. Foden's got to go out there and like you're talking about body language and demanding and being authoritative with the way that you want the ball and go out on the pitch." And Jude has got that in spades, and I think if we're going to see the best out of Phil Foden, I agree with Cesc. He's got to really go out there and try and dominate the pitch and dominate some of his teammates to give him the ball and be the first one to shout. But I've seen this before. At Man United, we had Roy Keane, who demanded the ball in the middle of the pitch, in the middle of the area. We signed a superstar in Sebastian Veron. If you ain't heard of him, go and Google this guy, ridiculous player. The streets will never forget this guy. That bandage under the knee. Yeah. But he came and he was a playmaker and wanted to get the ball off all of the players, and that's how he got his rhythm and play. But Roy Keane dominated because he was more animated. The characteristics that he had came out and was much more dominant. Was there before and dominated that area.
He's going to ball at you if you don't pass it him as well.
Yeah, and Sebastian Veron folded really and had to be sold and didn't really become a success at Man United. But he was a fantastically talented player, and
you
I
said
hope
his
Phil doesn't
passes.
fall like that.
But the truth is as well though, like
I'd love a flop like that now.
you said that you would see it with Paul Scholes. Not everyone has to shout though. You know, you said that Paul Scholes would find himself in spaces and just the spaces that he was in.
The Scholes asked for it by his movement and his
to
shape.
both. Scholes, he would make, because when the ball comes to you, you're normally good players, top players, like yours truly. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, good players will, before the ball's coming, they talk about scanning. So before the ball's on its way, you've scanned maybe one or two, and what you're doing in that moment when people say, what are you doing when you scan? You're taking pictures of what you see. How does it look over there? Is there a player there? I've looked there. When you look back in 1 second, picture's changed again. You've got to take another picture. So when you're doing that, as the ball's coming in, you're obviously seeing Scholesy. He's there. I don't even have to talk or listen. I just play the ball to him.
Oh, so you're scanning. I thought you meant Scholesy was scanning.
No, I'm scanning. He's scanned.
Are you trying to make Are you trying to make eye contact with him?
Don't have to.
Not really. He's and when I'm looking at where he is, I'm also looking at where the opponents are. So I know that roughly what he's going to do. If the opponent's really 5 yards off him, 10 yards off him, he's going to want it to feet. If the opponent's right on him, he might opposite movement and come back again. I think that's mainly what he'd do because he wouldn't really want to go behind anybody because he's not about pace. But you play that to Scholesy and then all of a sudden, but sometimes if he was a bit further away from you, he would identify that and he'd give it, yeah! And he weren't a loud guy, but then you would, piercing, you'd hear it. And
it's mad that you can hear that from 25, 30 yards on a pitch at Old Trafford.
I know,
60,000 people. Madness.
Well, I'll tell you one voice you wouldn't hear most of the time if you were shouting onto the pitch. Fergie's.
You wouldn't hear it.
You blank him. Don't want to know. Don't want to get. You know he's going to be. You've made a mistake, and you're going to hear him going, "Hey, hey, hey," and you just carry on. My concentration levels at that point, 100% away from him.
Does he not get angry when you look like you're airing him?
Yeah, but I think he knows. And by the time you get into the changing room, hopefully you think something else has happened that takes his focus away from me. So
madness, absolute madness. Other young players this tournament. Obviously, we touched on Musiala on some of the other shows. By the way, if you're not watching the shows on 5,
there was one.
Missing out.
There was one for France. What was he called? Kante. Kante. He was a young player. He looks all right. No, who's he playing for?
He's done all right, by the way, didn't he? He was the best player in the France game all day long.
Easily.
In a France shirt.
He's still got it. No, but no.
Sewald,
on the
that six for Austria. Danso, he was good.
But he weren't. Danso was good. But
Danso's ruined my tournament.
Really good.
Sabitzer was good.
Yeah, but I think Kante was still the best player on the pitch, man.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he was running the show, man.
He was a joke.
It shows, though, innit?
The lads that have gone Saudi Arabia have actually done okay.
Done well,
exactly.
Is that the break, maybe, in intensity?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We spoke to Capello. If you've not watched the Capello interview that we've done here, make sure you get onto it because he talk about some funny stuff. He made us stop eating butter. I questioned him about it and stuff.
Bro, his stories were mad. The R9 stories, the Cristiano stories.
You know, he could have come to Man United.
Capello? Yeah. After Fergie?
I don't know. Yeah, after Fergie.
Well, it wouldn't have been while Fergie was there, would it, I guess?
Yeah, but he could have come at some point. But what was I talking about him?
Kante, no ketchup, you were talking about.
You'd have had no ketchup.
Yeah, that would have been a disgrace.
Saudi, Kante.
Yeah, the reason why I talked about Fabio Capello, he was saying that this is why he worries about England. He said, when I was a manager, if I had a game in November, he said, we play and we beat against any of the big teams. So I have a game in February, March, not sure. I mean, if I have a game in June, we are way off it a little bit, he said. He said because the physicality in the Premier League, by the time you get to June, when the tournament starts after a long grueling season, he says your players are on their knees. They're physically gone. And it's true. I used to feel really, really tired in tournaments. I was never ever at my best or freshest because after a long season like that, it's like, wow, all the other teams have mid-season breaks. It's a lot to be said for that. And the Premier League need to look at that if we want our national team to be as functional and as fit as they can be.
Do you know what, though? They might put a mid-season break in, but they won't reduce the number of games.
We'll have a few friendlies, won't they?
Probably. Well, look at that. Tottenham and Newcastle, the season ends and they fly off to Australia.
Mad.
I have to be honest.
Are
if
you
I was one of the
serious?
players, I'd say no. I'm sorry. If you ask me to have a full season and then I've got a tournament to go to, but you want me to then come on to a little after-season trip for sponsors.
Because you're saying that because we're talking about Spurs and Newcastle. If Fergie said Sir Alex said you got to get on the plane and you got to go to Australia, bro, you're going to Australia.
I'd only go if it's a PJ. If you said PJ, then I'd go.
Wasn't a
and
PJ.
I demand.
Compromise.
Yeah, I demand. And I want a sushi when I'm on there. And a Caribbean food. I want jerk chicken, rice and peas as well. Warmed up.
We spoke about it on NextGen because it must have been the last episode we did and before we wrapped it. But Ash was like, nah, I'm going in and seeing the chairman and the manager. I'm going. Take the youth team. I ain't going.
It's true, you do.
It depends on who you're playing for, though, man.
Yeah. I don't think you're doing it to Fergie, not doing it to Pep or Klopp or
But does Fergie allow that, though?
No. That's why one of the reasons Fergie retired all this commercial stuff overriding health and quality output.
Really?
Yeah, because the demands on us commercially were huge and getting bigger and bigger, and he wasn't used to that, and he couldn't understand. He understood it, but he didn't agree with it. Mate, the Man United training ground used to turn into a commercial compound once a month by the time he finished. When I first got there, we were signing 6 balls on the way out, 10 shirts, and taking a picture on the way out for the sponsors.
And reading fan mail.
Like a couple of times a week. Nowadays, that's what I'm saying, it's a different operation now. And it's like there's the demands on the players. So these players get paid a ridiculous amount of money. They did in my time as well, okay? Crazy now. But there is a lot to do behind the scenes that we don't even see. That there is, and listen, I'm not saying that this is why they deserve it, whatever. It's just I'm saying that they do. It's more than just 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of responsibility on them.
We touched on this in the interview with Mr. David Gill, innit? Like wanted more money, but apparently there was more to do as well.
It's funny he's been here. I've been chatting to him. I've spent some quality time with. You've missed. I've been sitting there thinking Steve would love to be sitting there.
What, the stories?
Yeah, the stories he's throwing out, just sitting there chilling, talking about all things wild and wonderful. It's good, man. It's just nice having some good quality, because normally I see Mr. Gill and people like that and you just like passing visits.
That's what the tournaments are amazing for, innit? Qatar was the same. The networking's outrageous, but when it's spread out over loads of cities, I'm thinking, what's America going to be like?
Oh,
That's
it's
gonna
really
be
crazy.
That's gonna be mad.
It's a continent. This is Mexico and everything.
And they're going to start throwing in
Are we
their legends
basing
as well.
ourselves in Cancun in Hawaiian shirts only?
Yeah, I can put that forward. Can we talk to the team behind logistics, please, behind the scenes?
Cancun. There'd be no dramas whatsoever.
I want to bring it back to you saying you were tired during tournaments. Yeah, you say that though, but in 2002, bruv, you was at your best, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
we just looked at
like
some of the
it, man.
strikers, didn't we, in 2006?
So
we was talking about back shooter, weren't we?
Yeah.
We turned up in a reel, was like, it was in my
Look
pocket.
at him. He's in there somewhere.
Some of them
Gavin.
strikers in 2002, Battish shooter, R9, Closer, Del
Rivaldo.
Piero, Rivaldo,
Michael Owen.
Ronaldinho. Yeah,
Mad.
just
non-stop.
It is
ridiculous strike. Robbie Keane.
Why weren't you tired then?
No, I was.
Or
I was,
was you
I was
tired?
yeah, I was. I was just younger. We had a physio. It was like a special kind of physio. Dutch guy. I forget his name. Lunatic, crazy, wild scientist type guy. But he found a way of being able to get a few of us out on the pitch. I was carrying a bad groin injury through the whole tournament, and he used to have to get into it with his elbows. It used to be really painful. But so no, I wasn't 100%. It's just that I was young and I was able to play through the injuries really. But it was.
Good tournament, that one.
Great tournament. Great tournament. Great times. But these tournaments, they live with you forever. Like, and that's what I look at these young players now, or any of the players that are here. Mark Gay, I spoke to him on a text before the first game. Who done ridiculously well in the first competitive game in a tournament. It was a really composed performance. But like, enjoy it. That's what I was saying to him. Enjoy it, man. This is like any other game. Same ball, 22 players.
Would you have enjoyed it if someone had texted you and said, enjoy it?
Yeah, because when that first tournament that I played in, I went to 98, but I didn't play. But 2002, wow. Like, bro, nerve-wracking, great anticipation for games, anxiety coming out of your pores. But, man, that was my favourite tournament.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it so much. And I enjoyed it while I was there.
And you enjoyed the celebrations as well.
Yeah, the boat, yeah. Iconic.
Come on now.
Forget Crouchy's robot, man. That's the one, the Bogle. If you know, you know.
I'll tell you who weren't tired though, playing for England.
Who?
Saka. What a performance.
Oh, yeah.
First half.
Yeah. First 45.
Wait. Did I watch a different game to everyone? Because I saw
What? Do you not think it was good?
I think it was what's the word I'm looking for? Unremarkable.
Who?
Wasn't bad.
I can't
Wasn't
believe-
great.
Who,
I
Saka?
can't
Yeah.
believe
Oh,
this.
Steve, just fine.
I
Steve,
can't
Steve,
believe
just fine.
this.
No.
I can't believe this. Are
Steve,
you
you got
serious?
Steve,
I thought
Steve.
Declan Rice had a good
Steve,
game. I
come
thought
on,
Mark
man.
Gay had a good game. I thought
Steve.
Bellingham was the best player on the pitch. I thought Saka didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't really
Did you see how many
impress me.
times? Wait, did you see how many times he stood up their fullback and destroyed him, like skinned him?
There was a few times. And on top of that as well, his ball would he kept the ball well. These are big guys you're playing against. You know?
know,
Every
big
time
team.
he's got the ball.
But
you're
did
on
you
him
see?
like that.
Did you see England's pass map, by the way?
No,
Which one?
England's pass map. Let me put it out for you.
What, the Trent one?
there was no width. I know that.
Oh, there's no
It
depth
was all
to
through
it,
the
yeah.
central parts of the pitch.
Who did I send it to?
There was no width.
Yeah, but yeah, no, really good game as well.
I thought Saka was really good. I thought he showed first 45. The wing play that he showed, I thought was like, you know what I liked about it? He mixed up. He didn't always come inside.
Yeah.
He went on the outside a couple of times. The defender didn't know which way it was going to go. But second half,
Look at that.
when they put pressure on us, that was the problem. We didn't respond well to that.
That's
Yeah,
it.
central areas. Poor.
No one stretching the play.
Poor.
You need a Bowen, you
Can I
need a
say
Gordon,
something?
you need a
That
Rashford or
there
something.
epitomises why I was saying what I was saying about a Gordon playing. Do you know what I mean?
I said it
Or,
pre-tournament.
The only thing I would say that's killed us a little bit there is maybe because we haven't got a really recognised left back as well in Trippier. I mean, in Shaw. If he's playing, it might be a little bit different. But if that's what happens, if Foden plays left, he's not comfortable staying out there. He needs to come in and play, which I think I like that as well. But then you have to have a fullback that's going to go really high.
Is he not getting in the space that Bellingham probably wants to operate in though?
Or in the middle? No, because you can play like the way.
Look how close they are.
No, but I'm saying if you look at the way.
He's right on top of him.
No, but what I'm
Sorry,
saying
if
is
you can't
need,
see this on screen, by the way,
you can't
we're
see it.
gonna.
We will.
we're gonna-
I'll send it
They're
to you.
narrow. They're narrow. It's a very narrow. But what I'm saying, that's the way. The only difference there with the way that City play, if I'm talking for Foden in particular, is the winger stays really high and wide, then creates the pockets for players like De Bruyne, etc., to run into to be able to play off.
Yeah, there's more rotation. You don't see Bellingham dragging out into the left
but
channel or the fullback
England
pushing
just,
in.
I don't know. It didn't work for me when
I'll
they.
tell you what the problem is.
What is it?
It's just in the fucking seat, innit?
I just think we need.
You
So,
couldn't have
but-
watched that Germany game and seen what Nagelsmann did. And I know it was Scotland,
No,
but
no.
like you telling me Serbia and Scotland are that far apart?
If
'Cause they're not.
we played the way that Germany played in terms of the freedom of the pressing really high, being aggressive throughout the game, we'd win it.
We did until 13 minutes, and then we scored, and then missed the safe hands in Gareth Southgate. Got a little bit giddy. Oh, can't score two. Let's just pull everyone back.
I don't
a
think
little
he
bit.
done
But
that.
to
I
be
don't
honest
think
with
that
you,
happened.
they should have scored more goals in the first half. And
Okay,
they
you
weren't
say it
being
might not have
safe in
happened,
as
I
well.
but-
don't think they've done that. The difference in the first 35 minutes to the rest of the game was in the first 35 minutes, Serbia didn't come out to press us. They sat back. So we had the initiative and we had the dominance of the ball. When they decided to switch it and they went, right, let's go high and press England, we didn't have a response. We couldn't
Are you
respond.
telling me, player for player, that England team can't keep the ball against Serbia?
No. I'm saying that we should be, but we didn't. And one of the main reasons is the difference in mindset and the difference of tactics of the Serbian team. It's not all just England decided to. Sometimes the other team force you into a position, and then it's about what you do to respond.
Well,
We didn't.
don't you think teams would like to take the ball off Arsenal or Manchester City?
No, but what I'm saying, they have a
they
response. They have they resist that.
They have
by
good managers.
Play. Or I don't know about good managers, but tactically they have an understanding of where players are to go. There's triggers at certain points. What's the trigger for England when a team changes tactics and goes, right, we're going to put it on you and go high? Pickford booming it. He kicked the ball longer than anyone I've seen in the
mate,
tournament.
he loves
How
it.
many times? But I don't mind you kicking the ball long. What's the detail on that?
Well,
on
yeah,
that pass,
they
though?
don't
What's the
keep it
detail?
when he does it.
No, I know, but that's my point. What's the detail?
Second balls. That's what he's relying
No,
on.
but my point is, what's the detail on that pass? If you're gonna play up to Kane, play it a bit short. Because I'm a defender. The longer the ball is, the more in my favour it is. The shorter the ball is, I've got to fight him to get round him. Let the ball be an advantage for your player. Every time you kick the ball, I was thinking, that is
Where's
an
it going?
aimless kick. You're just kicking it as
where's it
far as you
going?
can.
No, it's true.
That's not detail. You need detail with these long balls. Like Edison plays with detail when he booms it. You don't boom it often, but when he does, there's a big detail on that pass that's beneficial for his team.
Yeah. We didn't really create a lot of chances as well, though. Obviously, there was Kane hitting a crossbar from the goalkeeper's save. When you really think about it, there weren't many times where you
Serbia
go,
had more shots.
I thought, ooh, we didn't really create a lot.
The whole point I was making is like tactically Germany absolutely parcelled up. And then when you look at Scotland and when you look at where England have cocked up in previous tournaments, they took the lead early against Italy. They go out on penalties. They took the lead early against Croatia. So you might say it's not a tactic from Gareth Southgate. You might be right? But the evidence suggests at 1-0 he's pretty happy. He's not forcing the team to continue going for that second goal and make it a bit safer. Because England could have, I think, easily gone and got that second goal and made it comfortable. Probably in the first half, yeah. In the second half, are we saying that he wasn't tactically up to the job then? Because that Serbia team is not close to the England team on a man-for-man basis yet. A good save from Pickford away from getting a point.
Here's a question for you, and it's not to throw him in there. Your thoughts on Trent playing in the middle? Do you reckon he's going to be able to
Absolute dog shit.
You
And it's
reckon?
the stupidest idea that I've ever heard in my life, right? Put it this way. You had Jude Bellingham and you had Declan Rice. Jude Bellingham, 67 passes, 95% pass completion.
Yeah.
Declan Rice, 74 passes, 77 attempted, 96% pass completion rate. Those two are either side of Trent. Trent, 43 passes, something like that, 42 passes.
You know what it is?
Half as many as those around him.
Do you know what it is? He lost the ball in key areas for me, which was a bit worrying. Even sometimes you can tell that he doesn't have that much experience playing in there, because sometimes when someone's behind him, you've got to be able to keep the ball. You can't see what's going on behind, but
in possession, I think he was okay.
No,
right?
In possession. I'm talking about when
off
he's
the
under a bit of
ball,
pressure,
off the ball. Milinkovic-Savic was starting high. He was standing on stones, and he was running off and then popping up in the space in front of Trent, and Trent hadn't seen him.
Yeah,
and then they was playing it around him, and they was running off him, and Trent's just jogging in position. I'm like, the guy doesn't know how to play this position.
Yeah, you could see. And if that's a better team, England are getting punished.
Put Wharton in there. Like Rooney said it, didn't he? You see the Rooney overlap thing where he's like, I wouldn't trust him defensively in the middle. Nailed it. Yeah. Because Southgate likes him for some reason. And here's the other thing that pisses me off as well. There was one ball he played for Saka. This is the difference. So people was like, oh, France played off the back foot. France played off the back foot with 3 pacey players that can stretch play. So France leave 3 players high and wide, and anytime they win the ball, little switch and bosh, they go it forward. So they are a constant threat. 90 minutes, you're thinking, where's Mbappe? Where's Mbappe? Where's Mbappe? Where's Thuram? Yeah? Where's Dembele? Like, this is a problem. With England, and this is, I said, all pre-tournament, you've got all of these players who want the ball to feet. Phil Foden ain't running off you in behind. It's just not going to happen, right? Harry Kane ain't going to run in behind off you. Saka, he's the quickest of the 3, but I wouldn't call it, he's not Mbappe, is he? Let's be honest.
He doesn't run behind off the ball.
Yeah. So you've got 3 players there in England's forward line who don't want to run in behind. So it's you go, oh, why do we get no shots? Because you had nobody stretching the play. And you bring Trent on. The one asset that he's got is he could hit the balls if you had an Mbappe or a Rashford or a Gordon or a Bowen that was going to run into. So it's stupid management and shit tactics from Gareth Southgate. He doesn't know what he's trying to do. Are you trying to play like Liverpool where you're trying to hit on the counter a little bit? Are you trying to play like France like that? Pick a team that's going to do that then.
I'm just sitting it. So you don't agree with Trent being in the midfield then?
Yeah.
I'm on the
fence. I think
You're on the fence.
Fair to say.
Who would you have there instead then?
Anyone.
My point is more about like
a midfielder.
Against this group stages, I think you'll get away with it.
Yeah,
I just think it's
100%.
against the better teams. We're going to be sitting there going, hold on.
Finished.
I just look at it like I'm an opposing midfielder. I'm looking at it thinking, this is a disrespect putting a right back against me. No, I'm going to show you but he's not a specialised midfielder.
I was going to say,
and I think when the details come into them big games, and half a yard is a massive difference in shutting off the lane to a striker or someone to be getting in with a through ball. That difference and that detail is where you come unstuck in when you're not a specialised centre midfielder, and that's where our concerns will be.
Other teams and other nations do it. I just think, from what I've seen, he's just not capable.
Name a good team that does it.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
City. In terms of you can get a player that plays in one position. Look, Stones.
No, international. Because listen, at the same time, that City is almost like you put them. They're trained. They're conditioned.
Yeah, they
to
rotate.
Do this.
They rotate, so they're taking up spaces. Whereas, I think England don't. If you watch that England game the other day, who's rotating in position? No one really. You don't even really see Bellingham coming getting the ball deep. He sort of operates in his zone.
No, I think in the first 10 minutes, I was sitting there going, oh my God, look at us rotating. Look, Phil's playing almost on the right now, but he started on the left. Jude's just gone out to the left a little bit. I was thinking that, wow.
The first 20 minutes,
it changed.
I didn't see the rotations that you're saying, but the first 20 minutes, I thought the level of technical ability and the level of control, I was sitting there going, oh my God, this is really enjoyable to watch.
I started saying
3-2-5 build up, I was saying we're in the zones.
We're going to win it.
So who are you playing there instead of Trent then?
Anyone, you, him, me.
No,
would you give him another chance?
You play Mainu. Why do you bring Mainu in the 10, by the way?
I don't know, but I wouldn't play Mainu. Not yet. In these games, I don't think you need to have 2. That's my point. I think
2 8s.
I'd play Declan there on his own, and I'd play 2 8/10s in Bellingham and Foden. Get them 2 in the best positions where they play.
Are we in trouble if Trippier's injured?
Yeah, if Shaw's not fit, then 100%. We're banging trouble. He has to put Saka left back.
Management.
I'd play Saka left back than I would.
It's been too long.
I think England really suit a back 3.
It's been too long
with this team.
It's been too long.
I just think in possession. I don't know if I said out of possession a back 4. Yes, in possession a back 3. Stones jumps into midfield. What he does at City, with Declan and stays there, shores up that midfield, stops transitions.
No, he hasn't played there in too long.
It's not a position thing. It's
do you mean?
It's an area to occupy.
Like left wing back, basically.
Who?
Saka.
I went past that point time ago.
No, you didn't. Go on.
Saka. Yeah, if you ain't got Shaw and you ain't got Trippier, I'd play Saka left back.
Well, you ain't got many other options, really, have you?
But the way I'm saying is I'd play it where as soon as we get possession, you're a left winger.
Got you.
Do you know what I mean? That's how I'd play it.
And then the problem is, and there was a guy sat next to me during the game, and he was like, "We need to bring Cole Palmer on." And I'm like, "You need to just fucking shut up, man! Jesus Christ!" What he's doing is trying to shoehorn all of these people in because they've had good seasons.
I'd have brought Palmer on.
But why?
Because he's got the arrogance and the confidence.
So have I. I can't play football,
to
though.
go and get on the ball and say, "Give it to me," and I'm going to start ticking us. What he does at Chelsea, same thing. The problem is, the only problem is if Gareth had brought on Palmer, he wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't have said, "Go and get loose and be why I've brought you in." So there's times I watched him at Luton for Chelsea. He's picking the ball up off Thiago Silva, but no one can pick him up because the person who's meant to be marking him is playing left back, 70 yards away, so can't get near him. So England needed a bit of that. Go on, you just go on off the cuff and go and get us the ball back, man. We've lost a bit of rhythm. Go and get us. Where's that talk, man? Where's that talk? Eze, go on, you go on there. This is what they do for their clubs. That's why they're here. Go and let them do it, man.
You got Southgate just picking on who's had a good season and who's had form, and then you've got Deschamps going, Real Madrid did what? Rabiot starting. We can't say.
That was mad, isn't it? Yeah, it's true.
Madness.
You two take a seat. How's that?
That was sick.
Good cameo by Camavinga, though.
Now, who's been the best so far that you've seen?
Germany impressed me.
Germany.
I thought Spain were impressive as well.
Yeah.
They're all right, but I think Germany just edged it, man. Like,
I
it
think,
looks
I think
like they got
Nagelsmann the
all
best
on it.
manager here, and I think that might have a say in where this goes.
You know what I liked about Nagelsmann's team is that you see what they're trying to do. Quickly, you go, oh, yeah, I can see that. High press, high numbers up the pitch in build up. You know what I mean? Tony Cruz popping into that little left back quarterback position.
Controlling.
Correct, taking the Mickey. And you got Havertz, not even a real number 9, still scoring.
Yeah.
Christian Eriksen, that's a story and a half.
Wow.
Isn't
Shouldn't have been here, people are saying.
Well done.
I mean, in almost every sense
That's what I'm
of the
saying,
word.
in every sense of the word.
Yeah, like
Wow.
he basically died on the pitch at the last Euros. Scores in Denmark's opening game at the next Euros.
Unreal.
I don't think he was getting odds on that.
My wife does not like football, but mentioned that.
Wow.
That's the guy that
Almost died.
didn't he die on the pitch?
Yeah.
And he's just got that's more than football. Imagine being his family. Imagine being him. Like, wow, what a story, man. Shout out Christian Eriksen.
What are you doing? You walk back in the change room after that? If you're Christian Eriksen.
I've got no clothes on. Just a pair of boots, that's it. I'm walking with my arms swinging like Conor McGregor on the way in, no clothes on.
And not Joe, what, he didn't just score, he had a hell of a game as well.
yeah.
He was running it.
I agree.
United asked him to play in the 8, and we go, he's got no legs, you know. Then you put him in the 10, you go, yeah, he can fucking play, you know.
No, it is man. And I think the difference is, it's like systems do help players, don't they? Systems in today's game. I think we've been speaking to loads of legends, but in the hotel where I'm staying, there's loads of legends, UEFA legends flying in and out. We're interviewing loads of them, so stay tuned. Make sure you keep subscribing, watch the shows. But little plug. Where's I going with that?
You tell me.
Systems. I think you was about to say something along the lines of, tell me how right I am here. You speak to some legends and they were like, we just went and played.
Yeah. Figo. We were talking to Figo yesterday. We interviewed Figo. It's on the channel somewhere. But he was talking about...
There's some name drops in this episode, by the way.
It's different. He said it's very different today because he's saying because I said to him, where's the player like you today, Luis? Where's the Figo of today?
You couldn't think of one,
and he was
innit?
going,
I think he plays in the 10.
No, he was going,
No, but he's saying who's similar to him. Like, who today is Luis Figo?
And he was saying there aren't players like that about as many now. But he said, get players like me who should decide games. There's loads more. But he said, you go into a game, back in the day, he was saying, like, you see, like, if they're playing against Bulgaria, well, they've got, like, Lechkov and bloody Stoichkov and people like that.
Yeah.
I was playing against Romania. They got Georgi Hagi. Like, there's a superstar game changer in every team back then, he was saying, who were allowed to be that playmaker and that superstar to decide games. There aren't as many today, he's saying. He's saying, Germany, Musiala, Wirtz, England, Bellingham at the moment, they're saying, like France and Mbappe. And when you're going after that, where are you going? Like,
especially when you look at the smaller teams. Like, we were looking at the Serbian team the other day. Like, it used to be mad before. Do you know what I mean? Now, Mitrovic is probably their biggest star, or Vlahovic, and you know what I mean? He ain't really done bits.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully a couple of them, the names that we never heard of come out.
Is this academy football responsible for this? Sort of like...
Coaching, the coaching.
Making everyone...
Robots.
I feel like everyone's a centre mid. Whether you're a centre half, you're a centre mid. If you're a centre forward, you're a centre mid.
Yeah.
I don't see that. We were talking about Del Piero before. Del Piero come through an academy now?
Don't know.
Not system.
I think the player, I think as long as you're willing to adapt to the system type of football now, everyone's told pass, move. Yeah, I do still want to see a bit of it, that individualism. Does
Ronaldinho come through an academy?
Not as off the cuff as he is. It's like,
don't we lose something when that's the case?
I agree. But like, I'll go to a game to be taken off my seat and be excited. Like Musiala does that for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I see them type of skills. Doku, he's electrifying when he turns and faces someone up, but there ain't as many, I don't think, as those players that excite you in a game. Do you know what I mean? Where's the Kaká? Like, where's the Ronaldinho, Denilson? Do you know what I mean? That's what I want. I want the skills, man. I do like the Tony Cruz, the passers and the movers and the dictators.
You want someone to take someone on.
Yeah, but I want the excitement as well, man.
Speaking about players, etc. in the tournament, name me your best player so far. I know it's just started, but who's been the best so far?
I don't know. Tony Cruz, I think.
Tony Cruz?
Yeah, I think that.
Ahead of Musiala?
Yeah, I think he just dominated the whole game. The whole pace of the game, he controlled it.
Is it written for him to win this?
It could be, man. Some career if it does. Wow.
It's not a bad way to end that, is it?
Out of all the young players so far, best player that you've seen?
What's young? Because Bellingham's like in his, sixth season or something?
It's his third tournament, you know. He's 20 years old. It's his third tournament. You know that?
That's mad.
What?
Crazy.
Oh, yeah, because he went to...
So young in age, but not in experience. Yeah. But Bellingham was a definite, like, everyone went, oh, yeah, done what we expected, but he's still done it. Musiala, I thought, was really good. Yamal with an assist as well. Them three are my three standouts, probably.
Dark horses.
Austria,
yeah. Shout out David James. He said this to me the other day, but he had them out as one of his favourites, not a dark horse. And I was like, whoa, rein it in. But they actually rang next to the manager. They look like they know what they're doing.
I think they're an injury away from it crumbling, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And finally, best set of fans.
We ain't seen them all yet.
I've not seen them all. Far. What I've seen on TV and the pictures, the Dutch, that they looked unreal. But locally, when I've been around here, the Scots have been brilliant. I've got to be honest. Shout out to Scotland fans. They have been great. Funny, good laugh. I've got a couple of videos I'm going to post. One of the fellas absolutely mangled, gone. The amount of booze that's getting consumed here, wow. Phenomenal scenes.
Is it?
Yeah, I've been gym every morning, by the way.
Do you know what? I went into a German beer house the other day and I was like, this is the future. So I walk up to the bar and I'm like, it's Weihbier and a bitter. And the guy just grunts at me and points at a seat. And I was like, okay, go and sit down. And then he just comes over. He just walks around the gaff with a tray of beers. And then he got a beer mat and he was just scoring like a tally chart on your beer mat.
Is it?
And then we sat there for about 4 hours, didn't go to the bar once. And anytime you got like down to a mouthful, he was just there with it. I'm like, this is the future, this is unbelievable.
I like that. I must say, around food, the service has been shocking, but when it's a beer, these guys are rapid. They're quick. They do not let you sit and get anywhere near empty. It's phenomenal.
Not in this place, though. This place has been
brilliant.
But
I've not been doing it. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of watching games and stuff.
Good stuff. Guys, thank you very much for joining us on Vibe with Five. It's good to be back with you, man.
Yeah, man. Steve,
it's been a minute, man.
You're right.
You know?
I don't want the grumpy version.
This isn't grumpy. Yeah. I'm just bringing realness to you two getting giddy. Oh, sweet Caroline. Waistcoats. No. I'll tell you the truth. These two will get excited and giddy. I'll tell you the truth. England ain't doing shit with that manager in charge.
This is what you mean by grumpy, innit?
Wow.
It's not grumpy. I'm not. I'm really happy. I literally sat there before kickoff yesterday going, this is top.
Yeah, but you had a Germany shirt on it. Which England fan goes to Germany and puts a Germany shirt on when they go to a game? Only a wrong un.
Not an England fan. So.
Anyway, Joel Bayer, Stephen Housen, Rio Ferdinand.
I was texting your boy beforehand anyway. Yeah, I was like, you here? I don't want to sit with England fans.
This is what I mean. It's not even for the cameras, this.
We're done.